Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, wa salatu wa salamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursaleen, wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'een, wa man tabi'ahum bi ihsanin ila yawmiddin, amma ba'd. All praise is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most kind, the most merciful, and we send salutations upon the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the greatest creation to ever walk on the face of this earth. And we are going over the story of the people of the cave. And we reached to a point where now these people of the cave, they're hungry. They waken up for a very long nap, long sleep. And they woke up and they're hungry now. They send one of their peers to go get some food. And they send some silver coins, some food, some money to go get some food, right? And these people, they go, this person, they're about to go, and one of the people, they give him advice that before you go, be careful. Make sure that you're careful and do not let them find out about you. Because if they find out about you, they're going to kill you, or they're going to take you back into your religion. They're going to take you back into your religion. وَلَن تُفْلِحُوا إِذًا أَبَدًا. That you will not be successful after that. And last sesh, we spoke about a true successful person. What is a successful person? And it is mentioned in Surah Al-Mu'minun, and we went over that. And that is the description of a successful person. And then, now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, وَكَذَلِكَ أَعْثَرْنَا عَلَيْهِمْ لِيَعْلَمُوا أَنَّ وَعْدَ اللَّهِ حَقٌّ وَأَنَّ السَّاعَةَ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهَا. And the ayah goes on, but we're going to stop in this part. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's saying, this is how we caused the people of the cave to be discovered. How? The Tafseer, it is written in the Tafseer and by the ulama, Ibn Kathir and Qurtubi and Tabari, all of these big Tafsir books. They mention, and the ulama, they mention, as how did they get discovered? The person, he went with the coin. He went with the coinage, the money, he went to the village. He went into the city and to buy some food. He went to one of the stalls, one of the markets, he went to the shops, and he tried to purchase food. And the missionary or the shopkeeper noticed this coin and was amazed of this coin because they did not recognize this coin. And the person of the cave also, when he went out to the shops, when he went out to the city, he recognized that the city has changed. The description of the city has changed. You know how you go from one city to another city? You can tell that the city is a different city. Like if you go from here to New Orleans, or from here to Boston, Massachusetts, or from here to Indiana, you can notice the differences. So like this person, he goes back to the same city, but he realizes that it's different now. He realizes that it's changed. Something has changed. How can it be? It was just like yesterday I was there, because they thought that they slept for a day or half of a day, right? So they thought that, how can this city, did I come to a wrong city? How can it be? I only slept for a day or two, or it seemed. How is it possible? So they recognize that this city has totally changed. The people and their attire has changed as well. And the shops and everything have changed. So he goes to the shopkeeper and he tries to pay with this coin, and the shopkeeper doesn't recognize it. He realized that it's maybe very old. The description of the coin has been changed. You know, there's some descriptions, sometimes we look back in our old coins as well. The old quarters, how we used to see that there is an eagle on one side and a head on one side. Now, if you look at the coins today, there's no eagle. Now there's different pictures on behind the other of a quarter. So like this, the quarter and the coinage have been changed, and the people, they're amazed. What is this? So they take the shopkeeper, they take it to another shopkeeper, and so on and so forth, and no one recognizes this coin. What is this? And they start to be speculative, and they suspicious that what is this? Is this a treasure? Because the older the coin is, the more valuable it is. Like how we see today. If you see the $2 note, it is very valuable, it's very precious. Maybe not, if you can't, the value is still the same, $2. But if you maybe try to sell it on eBay, it's probably maybe $10, $20, $30. Just like this, if you find a penny from 1950 or 1940s, this penny is worth a lot, thousands of dollars. So and so, if you find pennies from 1900s or coinage from 1900s, they're valuable. It's a treasure. So like this people, they were speculating, they were suspicious. Man, this person, he has found a treasure. What do we do? Now what do? They go to the bishop, the king at that time. And this is according to, if we go to the Christian narrative, and it is okay for us to go from the Christian narrative, that if we go to them, that they went to the Christian king at that time, because now the city is completely Christian now. The king is Christian and the people there are now Christian. They have adopted the Christian faith. They have adopted Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There's no God but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they believe that Isa alayhi salam is Ruhullah. It is he's the soul of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This miraculous birth. They believe that Isa alayhi salam was the prophet. The true Christians at that time, we still call them what? Muslims. Why? Because a Muslim is who? Muslim is a person who submits his will to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is a Muslim. So Isa alayhi salam, he was a Muslim. Ibrahim alayhi salam, he was a Muslim. Adam alayhi salam, he was a Muslim. Musa alayhi salam, he was a Muslim. Anyone who submits their will to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they are a Muslim. So those people, they adopted the Christianity faith. And the king bishop, they went to the king bishop and they saw that this person, we don't recognize this person. The people of the cave, we don't recognize this person. And we don't recognize this coin. This looks like it's very old coin. And the king says that, okay, so who are you? Who are you? And they say, the people of the cave, they said that, we are from this time. We are from the time of Decius. Decius was a king, was a Roman king at that time, and he was from amongst those who worship idols. He propagated this belief that you have to worship idols. He forced this belief on the whole people of that city at that time. So that is why the people of the cave, they fled that city. Why? Because they believed that La ilaha illallah. They believed that there's no God but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, worthy of worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So they had to, because of their lives, they had to flee that area. Because of what? Because of that King Decius who ordered the murder of and the assassination of anyone who didn't worship idols. So they had to flee that. And the person of the cave, he told this to the king, the bishop at that time. And the king bishop said, okay, is this true? Show me, where is your proof? Where is your proof? And these people of the cave, the person, he took the king bishop and with another group of people as well to go meet the people of the cave. And the ulama, they say that before they entered, it said that, okay, the people of the cave, they said that, okay, just wait, let me go and check on my peers and let me tell them that you're coming in. And the king and the people, they meet the people of the cave. And it is said that as soon as they met them, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala caused them to pass away a natural death. And another narration, another opinion is that the king, they met them, they greeted them, they had good time with them, and then they left, and then they went to sleep. And when they went to sleep, they passed away in their sleep. And why? Why did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala do all these things? لِيَعْلَمُوا أَنَّ وَعْدَ اللَّهِ حَقٌّ وَأَنَّ السَّاعَةَ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهَا. Why? Why did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala do this miraculous? Why did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala do this mu'jiza, this miracle? Why? Because at the time of the people of the cave and the people of, as well, there's opinion that there are also a group of people at the time of the king bishop as well that did not believe in the resurrection, that did not believe that it was possible for a human being to be resurrected once again, where they would be completely in this world, they would be completely demolished, turned into dust. How would Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring them back? They could not fathom this, they could not believe this. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أَنَّ وَعْدَ اللَّهِ حَقٌّ, that the promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is true. What is the promise of Allah? That كُلُّ نَفْسٍ ذَائِقَةُ الْمَوْتِ, and every single person shall taste death, and not only that, but they shall be resurrected. They will be into bones, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will put flesh back onto them, will put their soul back into them and resurrect them once again. And if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can do this after millions of years, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can resurrect people after 300 years, then what do you think about a person? He can resurrect them for a day of judgment. Because there were a group of people who denied the resurrection. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, okay, you denied the resurrection? Let me tell you my promise. أَنَّ وَعْدَ اللَّهِ حَقٍّ. The truth of Allah, the promise of Allah is true. وَلَا يُخْلِفَ اللَّهُ وَعْدَهُ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He does not go back on His promise. He never goes back on His promise. And what do we learn from this story? We learn that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when someone turned towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, full-heartedly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saves them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saves them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says that we will not make the disbelievers an upper hand upon you. O believers, we will not cause you to lose on the hands of the believers. Never. So whenever we're in this world, whenever we're feeling that we're down and we're losing in this world, just believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has victory upon your hand. In the future, there is victory. There is always a silver lining for a believer, a true believer, and that is victory on the Day of Judgment, and that is Jannah in the day of, at the end. But for the disbeliever, it is punishment upon punishment. No glad tidings for the believers. So don't worry that when you're in this world and you're facing difficulties and you feel like you can't make it out, just believe that there is a silver lining. And what is that? That is Jannah. And what is that? That we see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the Day of Judgment. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the understanding that whatever has been said. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us, whoever is going through any type of difficulty. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy upon us. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us understand that from all of these lessons that we learn from the people of the cave, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability to act upon this. All of these lessons that we have learned. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين اللهم لك الحمد كله ولك الشكر كله اللهم لك الحمد كله ولك الشكر كله اللهم أنت السلام ومنك السلام وتبارك يا ذا الجلال والإكرام اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا اللهم اشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين اللهم اشف آباءنا وأمهاتنا يا رب العالمين اللهم اشف أزواجنا يا رب العالمين اللهم اشف أخانا يا رب العالمين إخوتنا يا رب العالمين ولمن حقنا علينا يا رب العالمين اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات اللهم لا تدع لنا ذنبا إلا غفرته ولا هما إلا فرجته ولا دينا إلا قضيته ولا مريضا إلا شفيته ولا ميتا إلا رحمته ولا ضالا إلا هديته ولا حاجة من حوائج الدنيا هي لك رضا إلا قضيت لنا يا رب العالمين اللهم إنا نسألك العافية والمعافاة الدائمة في الدين والدنيا والآخرة يا رب العالمين اللهم إنا نسألك من خير ما سألك منه نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم ونعوذ بك من شر ما استعاذك منه نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وأنت المستعان وعليك البلاغ ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم ربنا تقبل منا ببركة القرآن العظيم وببركة شفاعة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم والفاتحة الحمد لله وصلى الله تعالى خير خلقه محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين